We got us a Drunky over in the back of the Survival Hunter Necrolord. We got Top Banana looking to be the top. Looking to give these boys a banana. Gonna be Tox, as well as XBD in the back with Chill Pills. Maybe Chill Pills not first. Maybe it's gonna be Tox. Got us all full flush cover. Looks like we'll be seeing a Fury Warrior competitor tonight, boys. Versus Axie Spam. Fury versus Fury, clashing against each other in the dueling arena. We got Maddie in the back as a Shadow Priest. We got us a Chicago on a standby. We got us a Seaverk in the back as well as Alpharus. And XPM just going all out. Full banner for the both of them. Into disarmament to Tox. Tox having to play a little bit defensive, it looks like. Already popped all his defensive cooldowns. While XPM is still holding on to his great defenses. It's going to be dropping that in Rage Regeneration. Trying to see if he can chop up Tox. Tox may be in a bit of trouble right now. Needs to spend that rage defensively, but no. XPM just ended up taking him out. Just overpowered the guy. I think maybe Tox use his cooldowns defensively a little too early. Going to be reflected for XPM. Does have a trinket. Should be able to break out of the sun. Is going to break out of it. Fear onto Chill Pills with a Lich Board. Oh! Does good. Chopped up. Jin using Rage Regeneration. Oh my god, Chill! What are you doing? Chicago just joined the duel. You just took that momentum, took those cooldowns, gripped them in, chopping them up. Are you kidding me? Chicago had to pop a defensive immediately. And now Chill Pills down on cooldowns. And Chicago basically, Chicago had to do it in the tail end of Chill Pills cooldown, so now it's like a loss of a little bit of that value, not applying it out in the open. What is this? Oh my goodness. Gonna be Chill Pills trying to see if he can crack the defenses of Chicago. Not gonna have cooldowns for a little bit. This is gonna be able to at least stabilize a little bit. Chicago with a random procs of Ascendance though. Trouble proc on Chill Pills with a Chain Harvest, going to be AMS. AMZ Chill Pills trying to reverse and deny as much of the magic damage as possible. Chicago just needs to, again, another sentence. He got that Ascendance Legendary where Stormstrike has like a 7% chance to proc Ascendance. That not only does give you Wind Strikes, which hits from afar, all nature, but also when you prop Ascendance, you have this lightning that strikes all around you. That's incredibly powerful. Chill Pills going to lock down Chicago to stun South to follow. Chicago maybe in a bit of trouble. Got himself battle match stricken. No Aegis stricken this time around. Gonna be Chill Pills continuing just to rampage through Chicago. Big obliterates, just chunky splits of ice, just absolutely just colliding against Chicago. Razor eyes slicing right through him. Got him so super low. Big Ellie blast on Chill Pills. Definitely needs to go for healing. No mana whatsoever. Chill Pills looking for a quick blind with a flash cap. Chicago able to recover a little bit of mana. Do they have the Maelstrom for this? They need mana. They need Maelstrom. They need Ascendance. They need anything they can get. Does get himself a little bit of healing into a big Ellie blast. Using Maelstrom. Has a lot of Maelstrom, but not enough mana to heal himself. AMS up for Chill Pills. Trying to use that AMS in order to just focus on damage on Chicago. Very not... Frosty EK sustained damage is just very like underwhelming. That's something that which Blizzard would have worked on at some point. Give Death Knight a little bit more of a sustained playstyle where Obliterates could do a bit of work, a little bit of pressure, but right now they're just so cooldown heavy. As long as they survive the burst of Chill Pills, they're chilling. Big Chain Harvest, just trying to make sure they're topped off in health. Gonna be Lichborn out for Chill Pills to get himself Death Strike healing. Silence on Chicago, has a trigger for it to be able to maybe get himself a heal. No mana whatsoever, but Chill Pills still has some cooldowns. Gonna go for a Chain of Ice on Chicago. Just Death advancing out of that Shock Totem. Chain of Ice on Chicago. Maybe Chill Pills can get himself some resources. Got himself a runic weapon in order to give himself a couple more Death Strikes. Gonna be Chicago without a trinket on this go though. Chill Pills could potentially have everything here. Everything. May want to drop down to AMZ if you're going to be fighting Chicago. If you're going to be bursting Chicago, I think you may want to drop down to AMZ. 50% damage reduction on magic damage is probably going to be amazing here. Drop it down to AMZ. This is what Chicago should know. They don't want to fight in here. There's going to be Chill Pills trying to use the AMZ to offset magic damage to Chicago and just go all in for damage. Big obliterates on Chicago. Do they have a silence to follow? Do get a silence? Maybe it could be down for Chicago. Oh, and the obliterates do go through. Oh my goodness. I swear you can even see it. You can even tell it from a third person perspective. You could see exactly what he's sending him. Drop down AMZ so he doesn't have to worry about his own health, and he's just gonna go for as much damage as possible. Seaverk swinging around the corner. Chill Pills should be aware that Mage isn't invis. Double invis for Seaverk. Trying to land a poly onto Chill Pills, but he does get away. Too far away, picking up the eyes, trying to see if he can find the Mage. That does give Seaverk 5% more damage. That's gonna be a quick blind though, with Chill Pills just building up resources. Not letting Seaverk go anywhere. Man, these Chain of Eyes and the roots out of it may actually be pretty good for Chill Pills. He could control Seaverk quite a bit. Because Seaverk does have a blink, does have ways to move, but he doesn't have ways to break out of shackles. I think blink will break out of shackles. That's about it. The poly onto Chilpas does go for full Arcana Sphere with the Resonator. Trying to see if he can cheese him. Gonna be Chilpas walking out of the Resonator, but he does go for a Trinket. That is gonna be a Arcana Sphere. Booping him out of the way. Touches the magic, doing quite a bit of damage. AMS to follow, see if he got himself full damage. Trying to see maybe even get himself a little bit of missiles. Trying not to get interrupted, but Chilpas silence onto the mage. He got himself the soul shape. Plenty of mobility. Able to break the shackles. And that's gonna be shit power for some cooldown reduction. Trying to see if he can play for that big old Arcana Sphere damage build, which I do prefer the bursted age of the Arcana Sphere. You know what? In fact, I actually like the Kyrian Arcana Sphere better. I think that's even burstier. I think the Night Phase safer. The cooldown reduction is kind of giga. Getting the crit opener onto somebody, especially like if they're full health off of a polymorph, is huge. But that Kyrian, I think, has the most amount of potential. It is so much harder to line up, though. It is infinitely harder to line up. Does have AMZ holding on to it. Got himself some damage rolling. Going to be ultrasound for Sivik. Expect that he's going to take a lot of damage. Trying to get interrupted on Arcane. Wait, silence. Ice Block has to. Ice Block. He literally had to Ice Block. If he gets interrupted on Arcane, that means he can't activate his ultra time again. That puts him in a tight spot. Wow. That's actually so much defense is just gone. As soon as he gets interrupted on Arcane, you're trying to ultra time. And if you get locked down on Arcane, you can't ultra time. That's weird. I feel like that maybe should be changed in the future so you can get aggressive. But man, it's a weird interaction. Gonna be resonating around the corner. Chilpas just had to take it. Not much you can really do about it. Gonna be Arcane Orb as well. Did not have Arcana Sphere. I like that he got that resonator though. Just adding that a bit of cheese burst in there. Arcana Sphere getting loaded. Does he hit? Does he aim it? Looks like he tries to go through the tombstone, but angled it a little to the right. Chilpas was walking that direction. But then he kind of veered left at the last second. Touches magic, trying to get us out by the Arcane Mage. Chilpa's not with a lot of health at all right now, though, so he could be in a bit of a trouble. Bit of a tight spot. Blind on Seavark is probably going to go for a full Immersive Winter. I think he knows that Seavark is going to go for a blink. Silence before he can go anywhere. Definitely going to try to blink as soon as he can. Grip back onto Seavark. Maybe get another stun. Shouldn't probably get interrupted. Seavark could be in big trouble. Does give himself a little bit of health. Stun right after. And Chilpa just runs right over him. Maddie as well as Alpharus are up next. 12 minutes into the duel, 45% dampener, boys. Literally so unfair. Dude, I do think for Arcane Mage, the Frost DK is a bit of a counter. The AMS, IBF, grip, grippy hand, ranged interrupt. I mean, and the burst damage too. It's a bit of rough, man. Especially in that stun lockdown silence combo. It is really tough. Chilpas versus Alpha is going to be immediate AMS. Immediately trinket out of Alpharus. He got himself a big grippy hand, short stun, double stun on Chilpas with an AMS to follow the trinkets out of those shackles. Trying to see if he can break out of those stunning defenses. That's going to be blind onto the Unholy Death Knight, but the Frost DK is surrounded by the Army of the Dead. Unless he can just take him out right now, he will be in trouble. Fleshcap trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. Last second, Fleshcap gets interrupted, but does give himself a little bit of healing. Death Pact available. May have to use it. Does make the pact with death itself. Needs to wait out until he gets CC versus Alpharus. 30 seconds. Can Chilpas wait out 30 seconds? He may have to use IBF, AMZ, all those defenses extremely early in case he wants to try to win this. 20 seconds on that Pillar of Frost. Can he wait long enough? Try to see if he can slow down Alpharus as well as the pet. Lichborn available, so he does get himself a little bit of that Death Call spam. So he may be actually kind of okay. Alpharus around the corner, has to sacrifice the pet, summon a new one. Flashcard that's going to be in trouble, but Chilpa's trying to control the situation as best as he can. May have to IBF at full defenses here. IBF to break out of the stun. Sounds on the Chilpas, cannot drop down AMZ. Trying to see if he can get a stun to Alpharus. Is going to be able to get a stun with a grippy hand. Trying to see if he can be one-shot right here. Oh my god. Silence right after, and he's just going to take that momentum into Maddie, who got him some greater fade immediately. But it's still going to be obliterated, just ramping right through him. Oh my god. The Frost DK just took that momentum and carried it into the next guy. 1.9 million healing. My goodness. Death Knights. I was gonna say looking kind of good, but honestly, like I don't see a lot of Frost Again, I'm gonna need to check back that statement. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Last time I looked, Frost Death Knight wasn't the meta spec for PvP.